Hello, ho ho. Ho ho and thrice ho. It is Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. And you know what? I had so many little Christmas bits left over I didn't use in the special, because of course the colouring book took up a lot of time because it was funnier than any of them. I thought I'm going to use them all in a Boxing Day special so that I don't have to store them for yet next year or feel bad about throwing them away. So, first up, from Poundland, I believe. I'm wondering what all these tiny little balls are that are sticking to my fingers with static and I can't get off and they're bloody horrible. This is a nose. There, learned something today, haven't you? Basically, yes, I got this vaguely amusing, what is it, novelty decoration. Well, I probably could have guessed that. Very nice wooded, knitted woolen hat on it, which I like a lot. What I don't like is the fact that it looks like a bit of a mess. And I was going to make a joke about it leaking balls everywhere over a period of time, but then putting it near the sofa for setting up for this video, and sure enough, the nose came out, and now it's pouring these bloody little polystyrene balls everywhere that I can't get rid of. Anyway, it would have looked like this. Hilarity would have ensued. Instead, we've just got horrible crap everywhere that I'm going to have to hoover up later. What jolly joy we have. Right, next up is a jump cut because the battery just ran out in the camcorder. Wow, this is going well, isn't it? I've got more crap on the sofa than ever. Battery in the camcorder has died and I'm having to run it off the mains. And if that wasn't bad enough, here's the shitest Star Wars Christmas tree ornament ever. Remember we showed those nice ones in the Christmas special? Well, you could also buy this, £1 for one. No, nobody knows how you can spend £1 for two of these nice ones, or £1 for one of whatever the fricking hell this is. Festive decoration. Well, it doesn't really look very festive, does it? It's basically a slightly shitey bit of wood, roughly in the shape of Darth Vader's helmet, that's been painted and stuck in a black glittery thing. Not massively impressed by that. It's not very often you go into Poundland and feel ripped off for paying £1, but there we go. It doesn't look festive at all. It's just sort of black and naff. You'd have to have one of those horrible hipster trees where it's like all white and some black stuff hanging off it. And, I don't know, you'd think that's cool or something. There's a film where there's a white tree with red baubles on. I think it's Goodfellas. I have no idea why that suddenly come to mind. Bizarre. Anyway, don't worry, we've got a magic key to make everything better. Dear Santa, we do not have a chimney, so please use this magic key. For what? Please use this magic key as a masturbation aid? What? I don't understand. I suppose the idea is, we don't have a chimney, so, like many houses don't these days. Maybe you live in a flat. Maybe you live in a windmill. Maybe you live in space. None of these things have chimneys. So you leave this outside, and because it's magic, Santa can open the door with it. Unlike a normal key, which would never open a fucking door, would it? Yeah, so I suppose the thing is only Santa can use this magic key to get in. I don't know. I think when you're having to rely on this, really, you may as well just tell your children that Santa isn't real and you have to work yourself to death in a mind-numbing job in order to buy them the latest version of Call of Duty. Oh well, Santa's magic key. No, there isn't anything. See, I don't know, I feel like this should be something that's actually set up in some way as opposed to just being given. You know, what is the idea behind the magic key? Why is it using a fairly standard system font? Why does it begin with capital there and then doesn't have them for the rest of the lines? We don't know, but we do know Santa looks jolly as he shits out some snowflakes. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I also don't know why it's got like a thing so you can put it on your keyring, I suppose. Well, I have seen larger keys given out when you're like using the toilet at a garage, I suppose. Oh well, what Christmas time joy. How about something that lights up? That's always good, isn't it? Except when it's this fibre optic Christmas tree. I swear these things get worse and worse every year. We've now got glue running down it. It all looks a bit sort of manky. It looks like a brush for cleaning. So, hang on. No, that's flicking them everywhere and making it far worse. Brilliant. Marvellous. And, yeah, the actual fibre optics are limited to a couple of little bits around, which you probably can't even see, and a big glow in the base. Well, let's pop it over here. And I'll get in the other light-up thing before we turn the lights off of this LED acrylic decoration of a weird translucent Father Christmas, which I can't quite get my head around. Nothing particularly on the back, other than the standard safety options. And, wait for it, I've got to hate it. It's shaped vaguely like a grenade, and they've got to pull the pin out. That's a bit of a worry, really. Okay, how do we turn it on? Oh, this switch on the front. Ooh, blimey. Well, it looks kind of crap. At least it's changing colour with the typical Poundland set of hues that all these LEDs go through. It's very, very solid. It actually feels quite quality. It's just unfortunate this bit on the top, A, looks cheap, and B, makes it look like a whistle. Anyway, let's put that over here and watch it fall over. That's always fun. Up you go, up you go. Let's turn that on. Right, lights off. Yeah, that's a pretty poor showing from the tree to the left, isn't it, really? It looks more like it's got some sort of infestation of space worms going on. Whereas good old Santa on the right, well, I don't know what's going on, but he looks like he's in extreme pain.
Ho, 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 children! Santa is in eternal pain as his soul burns inside. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Ho, ho, ho!
Yeah, also, it goes very pissy yellow colour at times, which I feel is quite anti-festive. Anyway, lights back on. Thank you, Errol. And one last new thing here. Wait for it, because I've dropped it. Hang on, here it is. It's a stocking to put all your toys in. Well, very small ones anyway. And it's apparently a Star Wars one. It's brown, and it has a sticker on it with Chewbacca's face, and it says Chewie. And it stinks vaguely of dog, which is astonishing. I don't know if that is the Chewbacca smell. Genuine Chewbacca smell. 100% authentic for all you Star Wars fans out there. Yeah, I don't know, there's something a bit unpleasant about what is essentially a large brown sock with some hair on it, and now some polystyrene baubles, because of course they've gone everywhere. Chewy. Yay. At least we can all imagine that noise he makes. Or something like that, anyway. And finally, this bloody thing again. So, it turns out, well, let's go through the whole story. I assumed, because there's not much room for drink in the top, it was basically for heating up some sort of mulled wine or something you would sip at. And you can put your little tea light in there, keeps it warm, take the tea light out and drink it. And then maybe, if you're not finishing it, put the tea light back in. Obviously you'd take the tea light out because it'd fall on you and set you on fire, and that's bad. But no, apparently that's a biscuit shelf. Yeah, seriously, like I've seen it actually in the shop where it says it's a biscuit shelf. Right, various problems here. The first is fucking small biscuits to fit in that slot, ain't they, lads? Second thing is, it's all very well having your biscuits to dunk in your drink, but now there's piss all space for the drink, because this is very, very shallow. Surely this is more like some alcoholic thing you'd sip, and not the kind of stuff you would actually dip a frickin' biscuit in. And thirdly, why? I mean, you could, like, have some biscuits on a plate nearby, and it'd be a lot easier than this bizarre contraption. Ah, dear. Well, no wonder he's rosy-cheeked. He's full of biscuits. So, yeah, I don't really understand that at all. It's for people who don't really want much drink, but do want quite a few biscuits, but want to have to break the biscuits in half first. I don't know, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Anyway, that's all the Christmas we've got for this year. And now everything's fallen over, which I feel, in many ways, is quite fitting.
Subscribe for more.